I might not be a solo traveller today, so we'll wait and see what happens there.
There was a lot of attention on me that I found uncomfortable.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who haven't been following for the last few weeks, I'm Fraser and I've been solo travelling now for the last couple of years. And for the last week, I've been on board Discovery Princess, cruising Alaska with two of my best friends. Now, today we are docking in Juneau, which is the capital of Alaska, and I have absolutely no idea what to expect. So we got up this morning, and you'll be able to see this in my last video actually, but we had a few hours of scenic cruising, which I've never had that on a cruise itinerary before. So again, didn't know what to expect, but it worked out absolutely incredible. And there's definitely some things in that I would never have known had I not experienced it in person. So yeah, really interesting morning. Anyway, it's now, what is 11 o'clock, and we are due to dock in Juneau just after lunchtime, or around about lunchtime, so 12:30. Plan for before that is just really to get up to the pool deck. We've got ice carving at 11, which should be good fun. After that, get ashore. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to book an excursion here. I've said before that for Ketchikan, I also couldn't book an excursion just because of the fact that the ship this week is pretty busy. So we're up to roughly about 3,500 people on here. So it's great to see if we can go back to normal, but I think I now need to get out of the habit I had where, you know, oh, there's only 1,200 people on the ship, there'll be loads of availability. So I'm hoping that when we get to Juneau, there'll be a lot of vendors on land that can help us with things. So I'm hopefully going to get to the Mendenhall Glacier, which is pretty much the most popular thing to do in Juneau. So I'm hoping that should be fine. And then I've also heard there's a tram that takes you from downtown up into, I'm not actually too sure what's at the top. I think it's just like a viewpoint and a cafe that you can go to. So hoping to squeeze in both of them. But anyway, weather today, I mean, it's pretty cold. This is the middle of July, and in Celsius, so I'm not too sure what it would equate to in Fahrenheit. In Celsius, it's about 10 degrees at the moment. That's probably, I mean, correct me in the comments, but that's probably, what, early to mid 50s, I would guess, in Fahrenheit. But yeah, so I'm layered up. I've got my jumper, I've got my second jumper, I've got a t-shirt under that. I would get it, but it's over there. I've got my woolly hat, I've got a scarf, and I even have a pair of gloves. So I never thought I'd be going on holiday in July and I'd have to take woolly hats and gloves, but yeah, this one is completely different. So hey, look, let's get out, let's explore a bit of the ship before we arrive in Juneau, and yeah, we'll head out for the day. Let's go.
Princess will cook your catch for you in the dining room. Please share. A fish this big would feed 5 tables in the Ketchikan dining room. Largest salmon ever caught on a rod and reel by a human being.
Okay, so we've just docked in Juneau, and the weather here is absolutely brilliant today for getting out and about. So you can probably see behind, there's loads of cloud in these mountains. We actually have no idea how high they are because the cloud's really low right now. Plan for today, so I said what I was planning to do. Laura and Joe, who I'm here with, they are, I think they're talking about going on a wildlife tour, but not totally sure yet. So I might not be a solo traveller today, so we'll wait and see what happens there. But yeah, as I say, we've just docked. I think they've just got clearance for us to get off. So just to walk down now, and I'll show you from over this side of the ship. I'm not going to be able to get over there quick enough, but again, we're right in the centre. So I'll show you the view now. Right, I've actually just ran into Laura and I realised that I've spoken about my day, but what are you doing?
So
So we're in Alaska, as Fraser will no doubt have mentioned, and sometimes you just want to get away from it all, and cruise ships are amazing, but there's a lot of hustle and bustle, and as we're in Alaska, we're thinking we want to just not do a tour, an excursion, just put our hiking boots on and get out into the wilderness, hopefully see some beautiful views, maybe see some wildlife, and yeah, just experience Alaska, but very much unscheduled, so we can let you know whether that works. And hopefully we don't run into a bear.
Yeah, so watch this space on if they even get back to the ship. But yeah, fine. So I'm taking you with me. You already know what I'm getting up to. But for now, let's go. Okay, so that's me now off the ship. Laura and Joe actually hadn't decided what they're going to do, so we'll update you on that later, but managed to find people who were selling tickets at a little hut, like what I was hoping for, to do like a shuttle to the glacier. So it's actually worked out all right. I couldn't really find too many details on how to get there if you weren't on a cruise line excursion, but if you're looking for that information, you get off the ship, walk to the end of the gangway, which you can probably see there, and you can pay them $45, and that's a return trip. I've read a few blogs where there's also apparently like public transport that you can pay $2 or $3 or $4, and that gets you there. But yeah, I think it's just better at this point to try and take a direct link that gets you there. But hey, so that's part 1 confirmed, and I'll update you on part 2 as we go. Right, in the next clip, you're going to see my first bear encounter of the trip. The only advice I would give is probably don't blink, or you might miss it.
That's a bear right there. There's an eagle, but there's also a bear right there.
If it's any consolation, I could hardly see it and I was sitting on the bus. So yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking. Okay, so as we got off the bus at the other end, so it's like 12 miles out of Juneau to get here, which takes, what, like 25 minutes or something, so it's totally fine. Anyway, when you get here, you've got 3 different options where you can go. Today we're going to check out all 3. So you've got the visitor centre, which that's the bathroom, not that one. That one's the visitor centre. You've then got, if I can get the camera angle right, over here, you've got the trail that goes down, and that takes you to like a photo point. So you've got the waterfall, and then you've got the glacier directly behind me. So the photo point takes you to there. Or option 3 is over here. So this is a pavilion, which you can go in there. Not too much to report in there really, it's just a direct view straight over the water. So I'll show you in there now, and we are going to move over to look at the visitor centre and the walk to the viewpoint. Okay, so there's really not that much for me to tell you about the visitor centre really. If you're coming, get in, have a wander around the museum. The views out the window are amazing, so definitely check them out. But see, to be honest, if you've got the ability, get your trainers on and come for, I was going to say hike, it's definitely not a hike. You can see what the path's like. It's definitely, I mean, it's more of a trail. So it takes you, what, 20 minutes? And that'll bring you down to Nugget Falls, which I'll show you the map for it and also show you what it looks like. But dead easy, so don't worry about that. And yeah, we're nearly there. I actually realised right after taking that video that some of you might have seen that and thought that was the waterfall that was getting built up to there. Definitely wasn't, so don't be too deflated. Give me a minute and I'll show you the real one. Right, you can now see Nugget Falls behind. I'm going to try and go down there, but I'm definitely not promising, well, in fact, you know, I'll commit to not speaking on camera down there because I really don't think you'll be able to hear me. But yeah, this is what, about a 15-20 minute walk from the visitors centre. And actually this is all included in your day pass, so you get down to here, you get the viewpoint, so 100% make your way down here. Okay, so I'm just heading back to the bus now to get into Juneau. I think the plan then is I'll actually meet with Laura and Joe, who have been hiking this morning, and we are going to do the tram. So the tram we'll show you soon, but it basically takes you to the top of the mountain that Juneau's based around the bottom of. So hopefully get some good pictures from up there. Anyway, fun fact that the visitor centre told us when we were arriving. Apparently the glacier that you've just seen, in fact, I think you can still see it behind me. Yep, I'm doing a lot of pointing in this video, I should probably apologise for that. But yeah, so that glacier goes as far back as how long it took us, or the distance that it took us to get here from the town. So to give you a bit of a perspective of that, I mentioned earlier that we were on the bus for about 25 minutes. So it's so difficult to believe that you would be on a bus driving across that thing for 25 minutes and still not be at the end of it. Then at the top of that you've got the Juneau ice field, which again is a whole other kettle of fish. But yeah, from here, back into the town. Okay, so I headed back to the port to meet Laura and Joe, who'd been out for a hike, to grab some dinner before heading back out for the cable car or the tram, I'm not sure what we're calling it. Anyway, judging by our choice of dinner venue, which you're going to see now, you're going to get a pretty clear picture for how great a job we did of hunting down restaurants in each of these ports. But you know, the one thing that I would say is that anyone that decides to, you know, never eat in the buffet or maybe turn their nose up to the buffet, I completely disagree with. What you'll see here is a little bit of a taste of what we had on offer that night, and this was absolutely perfect for what we needed, which was, well, to be fair for us, it was a quick bite to eat, but we 100% could have had a full meal here, which we definitely did a couple of nights as well. Okay, so that's me back from the glacier, and you can see the ship is literally just right behind me now. Up next, I've decided to try and squeeze two things into one day instead of just doing one excursion type thing. So next up is the tram, which is directly behind in that building there, and you can see the cable, and you can also see the top of it up there. If I can figure out where my finger's going, but up there. And yeah, anyone that knows me will know that I'm not the biggest fan of heights at all, so I think this one should be fine, to be fair. I'm actually going pretty late, so it's at 6 o'clock at night at the moment, and our all aboard is 8:30, so pretty late in the day. It actually looks as though, you know, I saw this earlier, and the warning that I would give people is if you go at peak times, you're going to get crammed in there. There must have been, well, maybe like 15-20 people per car when I saw it earlier. But I actually think there might only be a few of us now, because the pier generally, I'll pan the camera around and show you now, but the pier generally is dead. And I mean, we've still got one of the Holland America ships, one of the Royal Caribbean ships. Majestic Princess is left now, but there's still a lot of people down here. They're probably away for dinner back on the ships now though. But hey, look, let's get up before we end up missing Discovery Princess, because that'd be an absolute disaster. And I'll see you at the top. Okay, so that's me at the top. Do you know, I was really nervous about coming up here because I left the ship about 6 o'clock and we're sailing away at 8:30. So I thought, right, it's going to be the worst case scenario. I get up there and the ship leaves, which, yeah, wouldn't be ideal. However, to come up here, I actually couldn't believe it. I think it took about 3 minutes in the cable car. So yeah, probably don't plan to do this as an all-day itinerary. A couple of bits for when you're up here, so there are loads of trails, and actually you can come a trail hike from the bottom up to here, and if you come in, spend a bit and eat, I don't know what the figure is, but they said if you spend a bit of money in the gift shop or in the cafe, they'll actually let you ride the tram back down for free. So that's walking up and taking the tram back down. Now, I've just paid $45 to come up, so it doesn't really take a rocket scientist to figure out that if time is on your side, you want to hike, and if you're probably going to eat halfway through the day, it definitely makes sense to think about that because you'll actually save yourself a fortune. Anyway, the view tonight, unfortunately there's not a great deal to show you because I feel like I'm kind of in the clouds and the weather's not ideal. But it's still nice. I mean, down there you've got one of the royal ships. I need to get better with the directions on this camera actually. You've got one of the royal ships down there. You've got Holland America next to it, and then you've got us on Discovery Princess down at the corner there. But yeah, so just heading back down now. Plan for tonight is get back to the room, and there's comedy on the ship tonight, which I can be a little bit, I don't know, 50-50 on cruise ship comedians really. Some of them I really like, some of them I just don't get for whatever reason. Maybe it's my sense of humour, but hey, who knows. So we're going to do the comedian, we will do karaoke, definitely watching, not taking part, and what was the last thing? There's a game show tonight at like 10:30, so we'll do that, and then probably get ready to turn in because we've got Skagway tomorrow. But yeah, I guess I'll leave you with that because from here, all that's going to be left now is me heading back to the room to get sorted for tonight, so probably nothing else really to talk to you guys about, but for now, thank you so much for watching as always. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've found it useful, then please click subscribe, which you should be able to do just right underneath this video. It really helps to bring more content to you guys on the channel. And remember, give it a thumbs up as well while you're there, and that would be great. But yeah, tomorrow we are in Skagway. So if you're watching this and it's a relatively new upload, then next week I'll get the Skagway version on, and you'll be able to see what you can do if you've got a day there. But for now, I better go, otherwise I'll miss the ship. But thank you so much, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks guys, bye. I mean, just one last point. This is testament to coming here when it's not peak times. Earlier, this was queued all the way back down to there. What a win. Now, one bit of kudos I absolutely have to give to Princess is the quality of food that they were offering on this ship this year. I've only sailed with Princess once before, and to be really honest, wasn't blown away by the food. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it, but I don't really remember anything about it being amazing. But the food this time around was fantastic. So honestly, if you're thinking of Princess and you've got any worries about the food, please cast them aside. You've got nothing to worry about. Coming up.
This is difficult.
Come on.
It's very difficult.
You absolute loser.
It was, there was a lot of attention on me that I found uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And also, that means that Justin Timberlake came out when I was 12 years old.
Yeah, but what are you going to do different next time to improve?
I'm going to follow the masses.
So yeah, after we had a shot at the game show, which obviously, before you ask, we didn't win, it was time to head to bed. Now, one thing that we definitely noticed here was that it just never got dark. I mean, this clip here was taken at like midnight, and as you can see, it's still not dark. So yeah, look, I guess all that's left to say now is let me show you what's coming up in the next vlog. It's quite tough actually.